up and just to make sure we're giving solutions while we're talking about the problems, right? Not just stuck in our damn trauma all the time.
People love our trauma.
Solutions, first of all, I mean, hello, get a coach. I think get something, listen to a podcast, take a class. Of course, none of us are meant to do this type of work on our own. And I think for couples, it's singular and it's together. It's having a couples coach, having a couples therapist, doing a couples workshop, multiple of them too, not one. Yeah. First of all, let's just say that it's a lot of work, and on yourself too. Like we said, like you need to have an awareness of what your thing is. What am I bringing to the table? Like what's in my fucking, we all have baggage, right? Like what's in my fucking backpack that I'm about to hand it to you for the long haul, right? So I better be able to tell you what's in there. Like most of us just come and like, oh, cool, here, take this. They're like, whoa, what the fuck's in here? Like, I don't know, just carry it.
Sometimes it's not just sometimes it's not just a backpack either.
Well, like you have a U-Haul behind you and you're like, just drive this sucker for me. Yeah. But so I think for my tip would be you start, with wanting to have an awareness for yourself, starting to even just notice your patterns, notice what's coming up for you, and decide to some degree to figure out what type of work you could start on you. Again, even if you just start listening to podcasts, you start with reading one book, one thing, the more aware you are, then the more, again, you know what you're bringing to the table, you know what you are there to work with. Without that, this work can't really happen. So I would say my starter tip, my solution is to just start getting mindful of yourself, your patterns, becoming more aware, and really, I think a good word would be curious, just starting to get really curious about where your shit's coming from.
Yeah, I think that's just for me, it was a long, hard look in the mirror of like, hey, something's going on here because this hasn't been working. Failed relationship after failed relationship, and it's like, okay, dude, it's not just them, it's something more. And I think that's the toughest part for most people. It's getting past that, like, oh my gosh, I might not be the greatest person, or I might have not done things right. And you really have to, like, it's really, it sounds so simple, but like, love yourself for what you've done, accept what you've done. There's no shame. Everything that you experience in your life is for a reason, and it's been given to you to teach you a lesson. And some of us never learn. It's cyclical. It's just, why do I have the same 8 boyfriends, or why do I have, all these things happening? It's because you haven't looked at yourself. And to Tracy's point, and we're in a cool time in the world right now where there's so many good people out there doing this work and helping people. And it, it doesn't have to be us. It can be anybody.
Anyone.
We're all in this together. And that's the cool thing about the community. And what I've noticed from the men in my community, in this community, it's like everybody's like wanting to help. I reached out to like people like Connor Beaton and a couple other people, and they've responded to me. They don't know who I am. So everybody's genuinely just trying to help people, because we all know that once you start to really dive in, it's going to make everybody around you gets better.
It spreads. And it's all this freaking time of COVID and the lockdowns and everyone going within, like everyone's having these enlightenments, everyone's having breakdowns. It's this crazy time in life. Got another tangent. If you get into soul contracts while we're here, every person that's here during the crazy shit that's happening chose to be here right now, chose to wake up in some way and have some sort of conscious awakening. But again, it's a choice, because some of us will start to wake up and we ignore it and deny it. And I think a lot of us push off doing work forever because there's something to thinking. There's there's always all the little phrases, and there's always so much like truth to what people believe, like time heals. Well, time doesn't heal. You can hold on to that shit till you die. Trust me. People like our parents are going to hold on to it till they die. Or, you have this thing of like, but I get older and I'll get smarter. I'll get wiser. I'll work it out. There'll be a time. No, it's not true. You have to make a choice to do this, or it's going to be here with you forever. So, I mean, even that might be number one. Make a choice that you want to make a change and do some type of work. Yeah. Number 2, get real fucking aware with just even your patterns. What are you looking at? And then 3, decide, okay, what's the first step in help? And again, it could be even just a book. There's so many podcasts, again, YouTube channels, so many people, including us, putting out free content all the time. You don't even have to start by paying somebody. but you will end up there, I'll promise you, because you start to get, it's addiction. Healing is an addiction, I swear, because you start to feel better. And even when the bad times happen, those actually even feel good, because you just start to like literally, my sister say, it always really is the Matrix. Like all of a sudden it's like your brain explodes and it's like, whoa, wait, there's actually like, my world was like down here and there's like this whole huge fucking world out here that I didn't even see. Like shit, I actually want some of that. Okay, I'll get that extra help now. You know, do I get to getting more and more? It's like, yeah, life gets bigger, life gets better, life gets more expansive, your relationships are better, your money gets better, all of it gets better. So it's just, you know, following the nuggets, like just follow the rabbit trail.
Yeah, I think it's like I noticed now we have moments. We had one just I think this morning where I know a couple weeks ago it would have turned into an argument, and now we laughed it off. Like we legit laughed it off. Like this is silly.
Which moment was that?
This I don't know what we were talking about this morning. I'll have to look. But I remember laughing about it. And you know, a couple weeks ago I'd have been like, what? You know, what are we, you know, gotten defensive, but that's a little victory. That's like this is why you do the work. And I was going to say something else to your points about why to start doing it. And I think the most important thing, and this is coming from the most rigid know-it-all in the world, you have to be open. You have to be open to hearing anything and things you don't want to hear, and you have to be open to receiving. And that's like what Tracy said. There's tons of people out here doing this work, sending free content, free coaching, free whatever. Absorb it.
Master classes.
I mean, absorb it all and just be open to what's out there, because whatever you look at, the universe is telling you to look at, and that's what's going to direct you in the path that you need to go.
Absolutely. A fucking man. And so it is.
So it is.
So it is. Preach it.